Sounds good.
Sounds good, man. Let's make it happen, brother.
See if I can see what comments come up.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of good feedback, man. So
Okay.
everybody clearly I got a story everybody want to hear, so I'm excited about it, man.
Not as excited as we are.
Okay. It's been a long time coming, man. I've been trying to get over here, man. But you so busy, bro.
Yeah. If that's what you want to make yourself believe in, you know. Man, this man here is real busy. He don't have time for little people. He made some time today.
Appreciate it, bro. Hey, man. To God
He
be-
made some time today.
God be-
Judge, how you doing? I see you on there.
Which one?
Ruby.
Okay. What up, Judge?
So we good?
All right.
You got an engineer now. Huh?
Hey, man, you
We
got
got an engineer now. We moving on up a little
Yeah, you
bit.
doing your thing, bro. Like, this is a nice setup, man.
Yeah,
Nice
appreciate
setup.
it.
Did your research and got the
Hey, man.
pictures up
Got
there.
a couple of pictures, man. This
Got the whole setup.
Mr. Put him in office.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, to God be the glory, man.
Mr. Put him in office, man.
To God
If
be
Jay can't put you in office, you probably didn't deserve to win.
Man, to God be the glory, man.
I was about to say, y'all got y'all first comments already.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Ruby Y Davis said, I love this. Yeah, my faves.
She's one of my faves, too. My sister.
Everybody loves Ruby.
Exactly. My sister, my prayer partner. Oh, yeah.
So man, we're gonna get on into it.
Yes, sir.
First of all, we thank you for taking our time coming. This is long waiting here. Oh yeah, long overdue. We've been waiting a long time. I had to talk to your publicist, your secretary. I had to go through your security, all that to get to you, man. Golly.
Cut it out, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm humble, bro. I appreciate you for even just wanting to hear what I have going on and the work that I'm doing and what God has allowed me to do in the future, man. So I appreciate it, bro. I see you out here in the city, you doing your thing too, man. And so, this is just a testament, to both of us. We have a story, so these types of platforms help us to get the word out.
Right.
So I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for what you do.
So we're gonna let the people know who you are. They see the post, but we're gonna let them know who you are.
Yes, sir.
So, who is Jeremy Ervin?
Man,
To the streets, they call you J. Ervin.
they call me J. Ervin, man. But, man, I'm a man of God. I mean, at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, I'm a man of God. I'm born and raised right here in the city of Birmingham. My mom, my dad is from here. Shout out to the Fitz family, my mom's side of the family. My dad's side, Ervin family, Eddie Ervin, Diane Ervin. I have about 85 cousins, man, right here in the city of Birmingham. I got a huge family. But went to product of Birmingham City Schools, went to Council Elementary School, Wilkerson Middle School, Daniel Payne. Also went to D.A.H. Parker High School, graduate of
Everybody can't be perfect.
Hey, D.A.H. Parker High School, graduate of class of 2001. Shout out to the class of 2001. And then went to Stillman College in Tuscaloosa and graduated in 2005, man. So I'm a product.
So where did the name J. Ervin come from?
Man, so man, at Stillman College, man, to Marcus Pruitt, who's the product of Birmingham, and I used to cut hair.
Oh, for real?
And I used to cut hair in college. And so a lot of the guys, when they would come by, I lived in King Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the guys, I would charge like $5 for haircuts, $10 for haircuts. And man, in college, bro, everybody would like to come borrow a shirt, borrow some pants, because we went out in college. And so to Marcus Pruitt just, was, hey, J.R., let me get that shirt. Hey, J.R., line me up, bro, line me up. So Carr Randolph, they started that, man, in college. And I just, it went away. And then when I moved back to Birmingham in 2017, man, I just went by the name because that's how everybody associated with me in college at Stillman. So it's just been something that's just been a part of me and reminded me of who I am and, where I came from. And, Stillman is where it started, man. Stillman is where I truly, God truly showed me like my leadership skills. And so that's what JR just reminds me of my leadership skills. So,
Well, so you're originally from Birmingham?
born and raised, man.
What side of town?
Man, to be honest, man, my dad could never keep a job. So
Right.
we was everywhere. We were in Ansley. We were in Pratt City. We were in Hoover. We were in North Birmingham, Norwood. So we were all over the city, man. I know we stayed in Ansley off of 31st, 3100 Avenue J. We stayed on Avenue G in Ansley. Then we moved to Pratt City. Stayed in Cherry Avenue. And Daniel Payne Apartments. Shout out to Daniel Payne Apartments.
Shout out to Dave Payne. I stayed in Dave Payne apartment.
So
Did you know?
that's
Thad?
actually, Thaddeus, yeah.
So
That's
Thad
actually-
stayed right here.
Yeah.
I stayed right here.
Yeah.
Robin Bear is my cousin.
Yeah, so so the grandmother used to live like down the sidewalk.
Down the side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she sold candy.
Yeah.
She was a candy lady.
Yeah.
And then
Shout out to the White family.
yes,
Yeah.
and the Beard family.
Yeah.
And Ruby lived down the hill.
I did not know that.
Yes, Ruby lived down the hill. So that's how I met Ruby at Dane Payne Apartment.
Wow. I did not know
So
that.
yeah, man.
First of all, shout out to Julius White, man.
Okay.
That's my big cousin.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I did not know that. I met Ruby because we moved to Eastlake, right by Barrett.
Okay.
So I stayed there about too.
Yeah.
And Ruby's brother stayed right behind Barrett.
Oh no.
I met Ruby when she was in high school.
Man, Birmingham, 2 degrees of separation. 2 degrees of separation. But yeah, man.
We didn't know she was gonna grow up to be a judge.
Listen, okay. I knew that leadership was in there.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, so like I said, living in Dane Payne just allowed me to, that's where my roots was. We would walk to school, walk to Scott Elementary School, walk to Dane Payne. And then we left and moved over to Norwood.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I went to Wilkinson Middle School then, man. But being in Birmingham City Schools, we were all so close that regardless of where you live, you was gonna see each other
Right.
throughout the childhood or whatever. But yeah, man, I went to Stillman. That's where the name J. Ervin came from, and that's when I was the youngest SGA president at Stillman. So a lot of the leadership that you see today started at Stillman. I was vice president of SIFE, president of the modeling troop. Shout out to Dean Whitaker, who truly kind of took me under her wings and believed in me. I didn't have a father figure, throughout my life. And so when I got to college, God always allowed, the security, Chief Patrick, who showed me how to change the tire, who showed me how to change my tire, how to change the tire, and I had to change the tire on the car.
Mm-hmm.
So God always allowed these male figures to come in my life and be a blessing, and that's where it started. Even at Parker, Coach Plump and Mr. Sam, Coach Sams, and a lot of the teachers just kind of poured into me, which is where where you see the community stuff comes in at. With me mentoring kids and so forth. I don't want to get too far away from pushing or whatever, but that's where all of this stuff came from, with the leadership in college and being able to connect with so many people, man, in high school who poured into me, who would not let me be a product of my circumstances, who didn't let me use my excuses about the mental abuse that was happening at home, with my dad or whatever. And so those things, allowed me to really project, like when even going to high school, man, I remember joining, the drama club. I was in the choir, I was on the track team. So I always...
Were you in high school fraternity?
Nah, they had just started coming out then, but nah, I wasn't in the high school fraternity. Nah, I was so busy with extracurricular stuff, man, and trying to figure out what my next step was. And nah, I didn't participate in the high school fraternity.
So after you got out of college, what did you pursue then?
So, when I got out of college, man, I actually moved to Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So I moved to Dallas, Texas, graduated Stillman in 2005, pledged Alpha in 2006.
So you remember Alpha
Phi
Alpha.
the greatest
fraternity
on the face of the planet.
1906.
Come on, 1906.
Okay. Black and gold. Okay.
The black and the old.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
So 2006, became an Alpha man, and once stayed here for probably about 11 months. And right after that, moved to Dallas, Texas, and started my career then in human resources. So started recruiting for one of the largest online universities. I don't want to mention it, but did that for 10 years, man. And
10 years.
10 years.
That's a long time.
Lived in Dallas for 10 years, and joined my church, Cornelia Christian Church in Dallas, Texas, man. And it was a blessing to me. And so in 2017, I lost my job.
Mm-hmm.
So after being employed with that school for 10 years, successful, one of the top recruiters we had, they were doing about 800 layoffs every so often. And so that second round, that was it.
Yeah.
And so I had said to myself, like, when I first moved to Dallas at 24, man, I said, I ain't never moving back to Birmingham.
Right.
But God always, Ruby always said, you tell God the plans and watch him,
Watch him laugh, yeah.
And so I just, you never know, when purpose is knocking on your door, and
Right.
it's time to leave. And so I had just got my master's degree in 2016, and trying to find a job, man, and did everything that society tells you to do.
What was your degree in?
So my bachelor's degree when I got from Stillman was a bachelor's degree in business management, business administration, and then I got my MBA from the University of Phoenix. So I got my MBA in 2016, and for 6 months, man, I tried so hard to find a job opportunity.
Right.
But instead of me just listening to what God wanted me to do, I tried to kind of fight the grain and trying to stay somewhere where, when your season is up, when when purpose is calling you. But I was just so caught up in what I wanted, and now, looking back, I should have been there, what I'm saying? But God's timing, right? So when I came back, man, I'm on the road, and this is how, God really orchestrated my steps. In 2017, I'm on my way back. On the road, I had 3 job offers coming back.
On the road?
On the road, bro. On the road.
That means you highly sought out.
On the road.
Renita Jackson said, "We see you, Jared. Love it."
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, Renita?
Yeah. So
yeah,
you had 3 job offers on the road.
On the road back to Birmingham, man, and it's crazy because my steps have been ordered since 2017,
Right.
And so I have never regretted coming back to Birmingham, because being back home has allowed me to do so many things in the community that I never would have done had I still been in Dallas, Texas. And some of the things that I started to do was work on some campaigns. So I had just started working on a campaign in Dallas, just knocking on doors, just real kind of minimal. But in the back of my mind, I was like, you doing this here, you could do this in Birmingham, but I never saw the vehicle getting me back to Birmingham.
So you got back to Birmingham with 3 job offers on the road.
Yep.
And once you got back, you hit the ground running.
I hit the ground running, bro.
Who was your first campaign?
So, ironically, my high school principal had announced her retirement at the time.
Okay.
And I want to say this and give her a huge shout out. I'm gonna always give her flowers, Miss Regina Carr-Hope.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
She is everything. She's a second mother to me.
Okay.
Even in high school, Miss Hope was the one that paid for my high school cap and gown.
Okay.
And she was very instrumental in my leadership ability and making me see myself beyond what my circumstances was, and encouraging me and pouring into me. And then when I got back, she even showed me an article, and we'll get emotional, but she had showed me an article where she was following, everything that I was doing prior to me moving back to Birmingham.
So she showed you an article.
She did.
That you did in Dallas.
When I was SGA president at Stillman.
Oh, Stillman, okay.
Yes,
okay.
so she and I had an opportunity to go on the Lou Rawls show when I was at Stillman. Yes, so
what you know about the Lou Rawls show, man?
Listen, so the United Negro College Fund hosted that year, my sophomore year in college, and I was a scholarship recipient for the United Negro College Fund, and that year they were celebrating Lou Rawls. And so that was my first time flying at Stillman. And we got an opportunity, I got an opportunity to fly to LA to be on the show. I met Lou Rawls, I met Stevie Wonder, I met Fred Hammond, I met Smokey Norfolk, I met Yolanda Adams. So I met all of these people.
So when I was growing up, really?
Yes.
So when I was growing up, we didn't have much TV in my house. But the telethon, Lou Rawls, and you had Jerry, what's the man's name? Jerry, I can't think of his last name. But they used to have a telethon every year. And so Lou Rawls had that song, and they sang on All About the Benjamins. You know what I'm saying? That you'll never find.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So, that's the TV that we had. 13, 6, 42, and then 21 came on later on.
68. Same channel.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Somebody that this weekend. But yeah, man, so I had an opportunity to do that. But she followed me. And so it was only right that when I moved back to Birmingham in 2017 that I went to her retirement party.
Right. And
it was the same night as Danny's announcement party that he was running for office.
Shout out to Danny Carr, man.
Shout out to Danny
Carr, man. My guy.
Bro, and I could sit here all night just on this one person, but man, so I was actually, so that same night, she volunteered me, and if you know anything about Regina Carr, she gonna volunteer you to do something, and you better do it.
Yeah.
So man, I had an opportunity to work on the campaign, but what I found was there was some opportunity for me there to, and I had his blessing from Danny's grandfather, and he told me, he said, you know what, you need to go with Danny everywhere you go. You look the part. You look the part. And it's crazy how God will set you up for something. You just kind of just be willing and just trying to do your part. And so prayed about it, and you'll hear that throughout everything. I pray about everything and prayed about it. And
so I see that we got somebody. I see we got somebody. Renita Jackson. She said, Jerry Lewis telethon.
Oh, Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis telethon.
I could not think of it. Man, that's all we had.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Cottageville King, man. Free Cottageville King, man.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out 33rd. Yeah.
That's where I grew. So my grandma lived on 33rd.
Really?
Yes. Not Collegeville, no, Birmingham.
Okay, I was
down the street from the McDonald's.
I was 32nd, 3203 36th Street North.
Okay, 24.
Shout out, stay 2 streets behind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And listen, shout out was Ruben's brother, good friend.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So my entire family is from the north side.
Okay.
Like my mama's side is from the north side. My dad's side.
And what's the last name?
Ervin and Fix. So my mama's side is Fix.
So I know some Fix out of Inglewood.
Yeah. Collegeville. We was in Collegeville, Gate City, sometimes
really?
part of it, and then now North Birmingham. Norwood is the Ervin side of the family, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to
I know
all my
Ervin.
cousins. Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
ERVAN, then
Yeah,
we relate.
yeah.
So,
For real. And they out the north side, so yeah. Yeah.
So shout out to
Yeah.
all the Ervins, all the Fix,
Yeah.
you know, out there. Man, I'm serious. I got about 85 cousins, bro. 9
Yeah.
aunts and 2 uncles.
Yeah, there's one lady I just met, Walter Ervin.
Okay.
And it's his auntie.
Okay.
Yeah, because all of them go to church right there in Cottonwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we somewhere
So,
related, bro.
I gotta ask this question so
Yes,
people
sir.
can know. What is your occupation?
So my occupation is workforce development. So I work for a utility firm. I won't even say what
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
cool.
You know what I'm saying? So I work for water utility and workforce development. And so I've been doing that for about 2 years. My background is human resources. I've been in HR for about 18 years. And, you know, it's even in that, you know, it's purpose in that because I love helping people. You know, I love seeing, you know, the work that I've done and God and watching God put me in different situations
Right.
where, you know, I have to help people, you know, because it's about Him getting glory at the end of the day.
Right.
But going back to that, how I got into the whole, like, what was my first campaign? So Regina was telling me about volunteering me to work on Danny's campaign, and so had the blessing from his grandfather, and had the blessing from Miss Hope, and so everywhere he went, you know, we were everywhere, you know, churches, clubs, wherever we get the message out about voting for Danny as the first Black district attorney, man, and it felt like purpose.
Right.
It felt like something new, something fresh, something that, and it was crazy. Like being on that campaign trail it gave me chills because it was so many people on the campaign path that talked about all the things that Danny had did for their family, all the things that he had did in the community, and so being a part of that felt like home, bro. It felt like this was something that I'm supposed to be doing.
Josephine Clark said, proud of you, Jeremy. And Venus Weaver, yeah, they told me.
What's up, Auntie?
Yeah.
What's up, Josephine Clark? I ain't gonna bless you out, Josephine Clark.
Yeah, so man, why is I know why, but I'm gonna ask this question
Yes,
anyway.
sir.
Why is giving back to Birmingham so important to you?
Man, so I would say as a product of Birmingham City Schools, man, we had DARE program, we had children's theater, we had
PAT,
we had all of that. We had so many things that allowed us to figure out what we wanted to do, you know, with our careers. And they had so many speakers to come to our schools and middle school and high school to come back and pour into us. And so my thing is, there were so many people, and I tell high school students this because I'm in the high schools weekly now.
Right.
There were so many people who poured into me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a product to show, you know, what's good can come out of Birmingham.
Right.
You know, and so for me, it's important for me to always, you know, impart that knowledge, impart that wisdom, and give back to that student who sees their environment, you know, and not the ideal environment, but realizing that they don't have to be a product of their environment, you know. And so it's important for me to give back to the community because the community gave me so much.
Right.
And so that's why, you know, looking back 6 years into running campaigns, it was easy to do.
Before I ask this next question.
Yes, sir.
Zakaria Miranda.
Yeah, you probably get everything.
It's so good to hear more of your story.
Yeah.
And Melanie Brown said, Jerry.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Yeah. So the next question is, what campaigns have you worked on?
So I have worked on Danny Carr, obviously, Ruby Davis, a little bit of James Sullivan. He's our
James. Shout out to James.
Shout out to James. Shout out to Stillman College alum. James Sullivan, Ontario Tillman, and then recently Ruby Davis. I mean, recently Yeshiva Blanchard.
Yeshiva Blanchard.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Judge Blanchard.
Shout out to Judge.
Shout out
Judge
to Nita
Blanchard.
Kane too.
To Nita Kane, everybody.
Yeah, man. Everybody who made it.
All 11 of them.
Yeah, all 11 of them.
Yes.
I don't know the other one, so I couldn't count it.
It's a lot of them, man.
So my next question, because
Yes, sir.
it was so much that I had to ask.
Yes, sir.
With everything that you have going on, are you taking care of yourself mentally?
Ooh.
Excuse me.
I had to breathe.
Right.
As I think about that, absolutely, man. I started going to therapy at 38. I'm
Excuse me. Sorry.
grab this man some water, bro. Yeah. So I started going to therapy, man, at 38.
Excuse me.
And what I realized early on is, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it. Man, what I realized early on, man, is as a people,
Ooh, boy,
I know
it's
it
good.
feels like brand new water, right?
Water is good.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
So what I realized, man, as a people, we tend to self-fix. We tend to find vices to lean on, and then on the Christian side, on the church side of it, you know, yes, prayer is number one, right? And seeking biblical counsel is always the best thing to do. But you know what we have to realize is, as Christians, you know, God imparts knowledge and wisdom into, you know, doctors, lawyers, all these people who are specialized and therapists to help us out. And so I've been going to therapy, man, since I was 38 years old. I'm 42 now. And so
I didn't even know you that old.
Man, I know everybody say that, bro. To God be glory. But 42, man, and so now I go every other week, man. Every other week I'm in therapy.
So how has therapy helped you thus far?
So when I first started doing therapy has helped me to identify some things in my past, you know, as it relates to, you know, my relationship with my dad, seeing, you know, their marriage, you know, even seeing marriage as a possibility for me, you know, because I didn't have that in my own household. And I know my mom don't mind me, you know, discussing this. This is what it is. Like, we come to business in the cut, baby.
Hey,
so
new club, Shay.
So we talk. But I had never seen that in my household. And so being able to go to therapy allows me to see myself, and to see outside of myself what I wouldn't normally see without somebody pointing it out to me. Because I'm pretty good at, to a certain extent, we're pretty good. We've gotten pretty good at, it's easy to get pretty good at being able to self-actualize and self-realize what it is that you need to work on. But there are those things that we miss, you know, just being human, that therapy will help bring to light. And so for me, that it's been big, and you know, to be able to grow personally, because I'm always trying to be a better version of myself,
Right.
and trying to compete with the 41-year-old version of me, and then helping me to realize that, you know, I need to be the best 42-year-old, so that I can go into 43 and 44 and 45 being the best version of myself. So that's you know, essentially why therapy is like everything to me at this point.
Why you think it's so hard for men to express themselves and not get ridiculed, to express themselves and not beat themselves up afterwards?
Yeah. Well, as men, man, we are bound by our pride, by our personal situations, by our environment, by our surroundings, not really encouraging that, and then seeing it as a weakness, to admit whatever your flaws are. So I think it's a lot of factors that contribute to you know, it not being like the number one answer as to why people should go into therapy.
Right.
But I think it boils down to a lot of factors, man. Like I said, pride, just, you know, not being supported, and then the old thing about, well, you know what, those who go to therapy, they crazy, you know, and associating crazy with therapy, but it's completely different.
Man, right now, seems like you've done some great things and made some great moves in life. If you had to go back and tell a younger you
Okay.
some good information, or tell a younger you some mistakes not to make, what would you tell the younger you?
What I would tell my younger self is it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to have it all figured out. It's okay to fail.
Right.
And instead of using failure as the tipping point, use failure as the motivation to get up and keep going.
Okay.
And not seeing that as the end, but as a means to begin and pick up and move up, you know, and get on. But that's what I would tell my younger self, and be okay. And I'm gonna be real with you. Be okay, my younger self, with your father not being a part of your life, you know, and be thankful and grateful for the men that God did place in your life, you know. And I had this thing for a long time where I wouldn't even get on social media on Father's Day, because of, you know, what I didn't have, you know, as a kid growing up. But you know, what I've learned through therapy is every obstacle that I face, everything that it made me who I am. You know, so that's what I would go back and tell my younger self. Like, don't see what you went through as purchase, but see it as the means to the beginning, you know, and not the end. So my mom always says, shout out to Overseer Ervin, what she always says to me is think with the end in mind, or see the end result in mind and work your way backwards. And that's how I try to do everything, man. Even that's the same approach that I take with campaigns as well.
So is your father still live?
He's still living.
Have y'all like?
Yeah, so my grandmother passed in May, and so I had an opportunity to ride in the funeral car with him, you know, on the way back. But you know what I've learned is that, you know, if people want to be a part of your life, they'll make the effort to do it.
Right.
There have been so many times and so many tries over the last 15 years where I've tried to put in the effort to mend that relationship, but you know, it isn't
work for everybody.
You know,
maybe later on in life. No?
Hey,
maybe. I never know.
Yeah, but
I can remember a lot of instances like that, man. So I get you.
Oh yeah.
But you know the old saying, men have to cry in the dark.
That's
you know
it. That's it. That was a good book too.
Yeah.
That was a good book. That was a good book.
So, what's next for Jared?
So, well, right now, like I said, I am, you know, now that I did my last campaign, so
for last year.
For this year, man, that's it. Like I did.
You done with campaign?
I am, bro. Like
that's what you telling yourself?
That's what I'm telling myself.
That's cute.
Man.
I like
that's
that.
What I'm
that's
telling
cute.
myself, man.
Yeah. So when you have when you have so many people that's running for office or whatever, and your name is so good with managing campaigns, with running campaigns, right? That's cool.
Yeah,
you can manage a campaign, you can run a campaign. Okay, that's cool. But your name is associated with winning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your name is associated with winning. Danny Carr, we see you.
What up, my brother?
You know what I'm saying? Your name is associated with winning.
Yeah.
So, as a winner,
Yes, sir.
When they come seek you out,
Mhm.
they gotta have J. Ervin on their campaign.
You know what, and I understand that, bro. And I'm so grateful to God that He's allowed me to be able to one serve on the campaigns that I've served on, but to walk in that calling, walk in that purpose. But what people don't realize when it comes to managing a political campaign, it's spiritual. It is completely spiritual, and I say that because you fight against all types of things, and so as a campaign manager, not only are you fighting against your own internal battles, but you're fighting, spiritual battles on behalf of that candidate. This was my experience. You're praying for the candidate. You're praying for their family. You're looking out for them. You're watching. You're walking in the room and surveying the room before they even get to the location. You're basically the second person to themselves just to look out for the candidate. And so, and it takes a lot out of it takes a lot out of you, but I understand that, what I'm saying, but there were, like I said, I don't take nothing for my journey, but it is a spiritual battle every time. And so, right now, like I said, I just want to just take a little breather, to focus on my next project that I'm working on. And so I just started. I was just started the 501c3, and it's called the Paradigm Purpose People Foundation. And so utilizing my HR background to assist those who are looking to enter into the workforce, by helping them with interview skills, coaching skills, life coaching skills, as well as mental health, and basic technology skills, to making sure that we as a people send qualified people in the workforce. And so that's the next step for me is working on that project, and working on that and getting the word out there, for that that nonprofit organization. So
you say all that to say that you gonna get some more people in office.
On that, and I'll still be operating, Ervin PR, still working with some clients here and there. But right now, I don't foresee, what I'm saying? Like I told you earlier, you tell God your plans, He laugh at you. But right now, I don't foresee that being the case. But like I said, I'm extremely grateful and thankful for my journey. So
do you have any regrets?
Regrets in life, regrets in just.
Any regrets? Regrets in life?
I would honestly, I would say no. I don't have any regrets in my life at this point, because I understand, like the Bible says, all things work together for the good, for those who love the Lord. And so even the bad, everything that bad that happened, it's all
still
working
gotta
together.
count it all joy.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right,
all
right.
working together, for my good. And so
Man,
I don't.
if he run again, you would definitely be on his team, no doubt.
That's that volunteer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We own it, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So just I don't regret anything, because, like I said, I understand the bigger picture. I understand everything that we go through is the foundation to moving us to the next level, whatever that purpose is that God has for us. So I don't regret anything at this point.
Tell the people
Okay.
one thing that we should know about you.
So, one thing that everybody should know about me, if you don't already know, I love Birmingham. I love my city. Like I said, even on campaigns, man, I would be up 24 hours a day trying to figure out how we can get this message out about this candidate, what strategy we can use. I'm always in the high schools now. I go to. Last week I was in 6 schools, talking about interview skills, teaching interview skills to our high school students. I also do mock interview skills. I teach adult classes as well. I help people do their resumes and get job in the coaching skills with that. So that's one thing that of this whole interview that I just want to ring out loud is I love the city of Birmingham and I love what we're doing. And I'm just happy to do my small part in making sure that we have gotten the right people in office, because one thing I can say is that every campaign that I've worked on and every candidate, they still out there working the campaign trail. They still out there like they're on the campaign trail, and these same people have a heart for God, but they also have a heart for the community. And so that's the main thing that I want people who hear the sound of my voice to know, that I love the city of Birmingham, and I will do everything within my power that I can to support the growth here in the city of Birmingham.
I know we talked about talking to a younger Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Jaquez Hughes Boyd said, "Love you, Jeremy."
What's up, Dr. Boyd?
I know we talked about a younger Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to tell a younger person,
Mm-hmm.
boy or girl, some good information to get them to the next level,
Yeah.
what would you tell them?
So, what I would tell them is basically what I would tell myself, because you don't have to be a product of your environment if you got negative things that's happening in your household.
Right.
Like, that's not your future.
Right.
You know, and realizing that, you know, success is the answer, but excellence has to flow through your veins. And that has always been the guiding point for me. But I would tell a young person, because now, you know, young people have so many advantages to opportunities today. Seize the day. Seize every opportunity that you can get. Don't let fear be a factor. And then get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because that has been the MO for my life, is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Put yourself in leadership situations. Get in front of the classroom, because that's where it starts. That's how that coaching starts. Be okay with constructive criticism from your teacher. Don't take it personal, because every form of constructive criticism, looking back, that I've ever had has helped me to propel to the next level. So I think that's what I would go back and, you know, tell the younger generation, which is what I'm telling them now. Like, seize the day, seize the moment. You know, success is the answer, but excellence has to flow through your veins.
Josephine Clark said, "Your life is a total testimony of what God has for you. You are an absolute jewel." Dana Orr said, "I like him." She said, "Seize every opportunity."
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. That's it, man.
You know, man, this was a great interview. I think it was very informative.
Went too quick, man.
You know, man, whatever was in my throat tried to take me out, man. I'm glad I had some water over there.
Yeah, man, but I appreciate it, brother. You know, I said in 2025, like I said, you know, that I would take more opportunities like this to get from behind the scenes, because I'm so used to being behind the scenes. Yeah, I'll take a picture for you, post it, you know, but I ain't never gonna do no video, you know what I'm saying? And so I gotta get used to doing more of these, and to getting from behind the scenes, because, you know, when God gives you, you know, grace, and when God gives you opportunity, you have to take every opportunity that you get, you know, and it's not often that, you know, you get an opportunity to do things like this. So I appreciate you for letting me use your platform to get my little story out there, bro. So
man,
I appreciate it.
Well, we thank you for coming, and your story is bigger than we could ever know. Phoenix Weaver said, "What a wonderful interview and a success story. Love this."
Well, you too.
I appreciate everyone for chiming in too, and making comments. That can only help further, his story. And we thank you for real for coming on, This was what we fought for. For
Thank
you to
you.
get you on.
I appreciate it.
With no further ado, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Green Acres Chicken Downtown,
Oh yeah.
Green Acres Chicken Inslee, Green Acres Realty Enterprise, Partners Tires, and Yo Chef Surf and Turf.
Oh yeah.
We also want to give a shout out to our other sponsor, AEG Entertainment. I got to give Emore a shout out too. Elegant Malls of Alabama.
Okay.
You got to give them a shout out. So, Doug Taylor.
What's up, Pass?
That's
That's my pastor. Shout out to Rebirth.
shout out to Rebirth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout it out.
A great choice of an interview. Inbox me his info. Okay, we'll do that. All right. I would love to drop it up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I would love to chop it up. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. We can make that happen then. Thank you for always liking and sharing. Thank you to our sponsors. Please tell a friend, tell a friend. Look up Business in the Cut on YouTube. That's KUTT TV on YouTube. Business in the Cut TV on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. You got anything you want to say?
Oh yeah, and like I said, I'm about to get ready to launch the 501c3 nonprofit organization, the Paragon Purpose People Foundation. It's at www.paragonpurposepeople at org, paragonpurposepeople.org. Check us out if you're needing, anyone that's looking for a job, that needs some coaching skills, interview skills, resume writing skills, just basic technology. Hit us up. Definitely create a profile, and we'll definitely have someone to follow up with you. But www.paragonpurposepeople.org. You can follow me on Instagram at Ervin PR Firm as well, and then Instagram at jerv@40 at Instagram as well, and on Facebook jerv.
One thing I forgot to ask before
Yes,
we
sir.
get out of here.
Yes, sir.
When is the book coming?
You know what? That's a good question. So I started, I had a deadline to actually get started in October 2024. So I would definitely say next year.
Okay. So we can look forward to a book next year, y'all.
Latter part of
Yeah.
next year, I got a lot to tell, man.
Yeah.
So this is just a start. So I do have a story to tell, man. I appreciate. Again, I know I've told you thank you about 50,000 times, but
One more thing too,
Yes, sir.
people, go and get Mayor Wilson's book,
Yes.
Son of Birmingham.
yes,
It
definitely
came out
support.
today.
It sure did.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my copy too.
Yep.
I think I ordered 2 copies.
Yep, and they can
Cause
go to the link. They can go to the link.
Yeah, I want to get 2 more books because I'm gonna give them away on my show. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
sonofbirmingham.com. So I think it's
sonofbirmingham.com.
it's already on it. Yeah, it's on this
Okay.
page. Yep.
So yeah, go to the mayor's page and get his book, sonofbirmingham.com. And the Invisible Institute, this is by Kurt Clark, Pastor Kurt Clark.
Oh yeah.
Get this book, thin book, good read. Someone tried to take my book today.
Man.
It's only 123 pages.
Shout out to Pastor Clark, man.
Shout out to Pastor Clark.
Congratulations.
Ruben Davis
Him and
book.
Ruben
Let me see
Davis.
that book.
Hearsay.
Yeah, Hearsay. Judge Ruben Davis wrote a book, Hearsay. She's on the back. Thin book. Real quick read.
It's a great read too. It's an easy read, great read.
She has 125 pages. You over there? Let me give everybody a shout out. And Money Market Autopsy. This gentleman, Cornelius Wilson Brown III, he's telling you about your finances. Good book, thin book. And this book only has 80 something pages. So, check these books out too. You can get them on Amazon, wherever they sell books. But with no further ado, man, we out, man.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.